Okay, sir.
All right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. يسعد مساكم جميعا. I would like to welcome all of you to our new series of interactive workshops. Inshallah, this semester at Academic Writing Center here at King Abdulaziz University. Special thanks. Let me first thank those who participated in the last semester workshops. So the presenters, the attendees, and inshallah, this semester we'll have 20 more workshops. So inshallah, we hope to see you all here and you get benefit from the Writing Center. And inshallah, we'll have other services, including tutoring, thesis coach. You can book an appointment with one of our writing specialists. If you are graduate students, you can make an appointment with one of our specialists, especially in thesis coach. If you are undergrad, you can make also an appointment, 30-minute appointment in tutoring sessions. So without further ado, let me introduce Dr. Majid Albulaidi. He looks okay. Okay. So today's workshop, inshallah, is going to be about IELTS techniques, how to answer IELTS exam, especially task 1. And Dr. Majid Albulaidi is going to entertain us, inshallah. So Dr. Majid, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Basim. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. Today's workshop is about IELTS writing task 1. It's IELTS academic writing, not general module. IELTS has 2 modules. Number 1 is general module. Can you hear me properly? Or I should increase my voice? Is that fine? Can you hear me? Yes? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you clearly, crystal clear.
All right, okay. So I just confirmed last time if I'm just speaking, nobody's listening to. Okay, so IELTS writing module. IELTS has general module and academic module, 2 modules. Number 1 is writing task and number 2 is writing task 2. So 2 tasks for 1 hour. In today's workshop, we have 2 parts. Number 1 part is lecture about what IELTS writing is, how to do it, and how to increase your band score in IELTS writing task 1 in 20 minutes time. And the part 2 is the quiz. There's a test on what you've just learned in the lecture. So the quiz has like 38 questions about IELTS writing task 1. The first part is understanding the writing and the writing styles, the diagrams and the charts, the things they check, the IELTS examiners expect from you. So the first part is about academic writing task 1. It's describing a chart. It could be a line chart, a bar chart, a table, a diagram, a map, a process. They just show you something to describe. It could be a map, a chart, lines, and the names and some numbers, nothing else. You'll soon see how they write a question about it. They expect from you to write 150 to 160 words. If you increase the number of words, your band would decrease. The number of words you increase, you go to 200 words, the band decreases because they want to see the precision of your writing, that all this information, how could you bring it into only 150 to 160 words? So the number of words matters. So make sure when you're writing, you write between 150 and 160 words, not more than that. Thank you very much. So this is the first thing they expect from you. And then the task 2 has an essay that is day after tomorrow. That's on Wednesday. We'll have task 2. This task one. So we'll be working on only task one tonight. It's a diagram of 150 words. So you need 5 minutes for rough drafting, like you write first draft, rough draft, just to point out the main important things that you are supposed to write, the preview, understanding the questions and the names and numbers and digits to understand what you're going to write, like brainstorming. You can write when you get the question answer sheet, there will be like 4 pages of answer sheet, 4 pages. So 2 pages for first draft, like first and the 2 pages for the second essay. But don't write on those 4 pages, which are to be marked, assessed. You would have a question paper as well, 1 page of a question paper. You can write roughly on it because they don't assess that page where the question is. But when you have the answer sheet, there are 4 pages. It says answer sheet. Do not write anything on it except the final writing. So 150 words. Okay, you can ask questions throughout it because it might help you understand it very carefully. You can ask questions if you like in the middle. Just pop up and ask, say, excuse me, I have a question, and then we go through this way. You can ask questions in it as well. Okay, so the test requires you to write a summary. So you don't have to write the detailed thing on it because summary is 150 words, response to particular graph. It could be a chart, a process, anything, and how something is done. So before we start and I show you the task, I want to show you something else. That's the rubric. That's IELTS band score. Mostly universities for PhDs and masters require 6.5 to 7.5 band score, depending on the course of study you want to study there in European countries, in America or in the UK. It depends, and also on the subject, specialty you want. Like if you want medicine, they would require 7.5 in each. And if you're going for journalism, of course, 7.5. And if you're going for like something where you don't have to do a lot of talking or the humans are not required in interaction, they require 6, sometimes 6.5, like programming. Sometimes they accept 5.5 even because you don't have to be in contact with people. So it depends the subject of study. So band 9 is the highest score of IELTS writing, and the least is band 1. So that it's not passing or failing, but the bands that they assess your level of writing, that how you can write. So the 4 things they're going to check. So every single parameter has 25% of weightage in your marking. So there are 4, like task achievement, 25%, coherence and cohesion, 25 again, lexical resources, 25, and the grammatical range and accuracy, 25. So 100%, total 9 band for 100. So, and remember, task 1 and task 2, this is what they say, but the IELTS website doesn't say it. They say that task 1 carries 35% of weightage, like 33%, 1/3. And task 2 carries more, like task 2 carries 6 bands, and task 1 carries 3 bands overall, and on average. But well, it could be a myth, but we focus on band 9 rubric. These 4 things they're going to check on your writing that you produce to them. 4 things: task achievement, coherence, cohesion, lexical resources, grammatical range and accuracy. If you see the task achievement, they check. This is the band 9 rubric, band 9. What they want from you: fully satisfies all the requirements of the task, clearly presents fully developed response. You get 9 in it. If you clearly describe all the points, the major areas of that chart, you get 9 bands in that part only. And there are 3 more. Coherence, cohesion is second. Here, they check your cohesion. the linkage, the texture, the thickness of your writing, the beauty of your vocabulary, and the attraction toward other sentence. One sentence is linked to the second sentence, all are chained, beautifully written and produced, going smoothly, attracts no disturbance. Everything is very attentive as like we were kids, like when we were in grade 5, we read short stories of magicians and all that. We enjoyed them like we're watching. This is how the flow they expect from you. Skillfully manages paragraphing. This is where cohesion and coherence come, that each paragraph is linked to another paragraph, and cohesion is each sentence is linked to another sentence, uh, connecting both, all three, four, five sentences in one paragraph. They are connected to one another. There is not even a single irrelevant sentence that could hinder the understanding. That's what they call cohesion. And the coherence is that's something you feel into three, four paragraphs. That's something supra-segmental, or what we call. It's something above. It's like understanding, linkage of ideas and thinking. The text, it's not coherence is not the text, but it's the understanding of ideas and linkage of ideas together. So this is the difference between two words. And the third is lexical resource. That's the vocabulary. Uses a wide range of vocabulary. That means wide range. Nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs. All four content words. And idioms. And phrasal verbs. And compound words. Lexical features mean all of them. So they are whole word like noun, verb, adverbs. They are prefixes, suffixes, various lengths possible, stemmed word, idiomatic expressions, phrasal verbs. You have to use all of them to show them that you have complete command over vocabulary. Nothing except some slips, which are um, unintentional. You had a short time and you just wrote it by mistake. They feel it. The writers, the examiners can feel from the whole text. They know what is the slip. Okay. And the last is grammatical range and accuracy. That uses a wide range of structures with flexibility and accuracy. Like you use compound words. Ah, okay. What happened? Is it okay? Right, so uses a wide range of structures with flexibility and accuracy. Rare mistakes or errors occurs as slips only. So these are the four things they check in your writing. Number one, the rubric is over. Now I want to show you something else. That would attract you. Okay, so as I said, grammatical range and accuracy is like tenses, kind of sentences, simple, compound, complex sentence structures, and some expressions. This is what they want from you in IELTS writing task 1. Right? Let's go into details now. How would this is? For example, look at this. This is where you see a diagram, a chart. This is a bar chart. Have a look. Have you ever seen such thing? This is what they give you. Now you describe this thing in 150 words. This is what they want from you. They won't say anything. You understand the percentages, the numbers, the countries' names, and what they have, the car, a motorcycle, and bicycle. In Great Britain, USA, Germany, and France, 4 countries. The percentages 70 above. The red, that's motorcycle. The green is bicycle. The car is blue. So which one is preferred mode of transport? Which one is not? which is on the highest level, which is on the lowest, the least used thing. Which country, what is used most? So you have to structure this thing, or you would see this thing. This is how they'll give you a test. The chart below shows changes in 3 different areas of crime in Manchester City from 2003 to 2012. Now you summarize the information. Main features and making comparisons were relative. So you check. Now, again, you have to see yellow, red, and blue, what they mean. Burglary, car theft, robbery, which has increased, dramatic increase, gradual increase, rise, fall, decrease, fluctuations. So you have to check all of them. And you need special vocabulary to understand this. Now look, what is stable from 2007 to 2009? It hasn't increased much. So you have to describe this as well. What fell dramatically? You have to see that as well. What went up on rise? So this is how you have to understand it. So the first 5 minutes for first draft is where you understand it. You don't just start writing, but you understand. We'll learn how to start writing. And also this pie chart, worldwide, Sydney, Melbourne. So you see this pie charts, you have to describe all of them. Recycling in Australia and worldwide. They'll give you this thing and you start writing on it. So you have to understand the percentages and how to describe percentages, proportions, and how to tell what increases, what decreases, everything they want to see. The summary, they don't want to check your opinion. They want to check this thing. Don't give your opinion. Okay, we'll learn about it more. Or this process, or a map. So check, how would you describe all these things in 150 words? And when you describe in 150 words to 160 words, they check 4 things. Number 1, task achievement, means you described everything. Number 2, they check grammatical range and accuracy, cohesion and coherence, that everything is linked, and then vocabulary, your lexical resource. So the 4 things they have, but they check something else. What? If you increase the number of words from their desired, then you are penalized for that. If you write 140 words, they say under length. They have an option on their paper where they check under length. So they tick it and write the number of words, and then they tell penalty 1 band. So if you get overall 7 bands, because of number of words, they'll give you 6 bands. Because of only 10 words, you wrote 140 words, but you were asked to write minimum 150. So this is where they penalize you. They cut your band on overall score as penalty. So make sure it's 150 and above to 160. Don't write 300 words. They don't want you to write 300 words on this. And they won't give you a good score. They'll reduce your score because they want to check your precision, summary skills, how you can write and manage huge information in a nutshell, in something small. Okay, so this is how they look. Now, how you can describe introduction. For example, see, they ask you to spend about 20 minutes on each task. So the table gives information about portion, monthly household income of 5 European countries, spent on food and drink, housing, clothing, and entertainment. 5 countries and 4 things to spend on. Now they want you to summarize information by selecting, reporting main features, and my comparisons where relevant. So what you do, they show you this thing. France, Germany, UK, Turkey, and Spain. And you have to see which is on the highest level. What percentage is on the top? Food and drink or entertainment? Check which one is above, like on the top, the majority. Food and drink, and the housing, and then clothing, and then entertainment. And again, you have to check where they check. So what you do is to summarize only major and most important and the least important, and the least, like the shortest percentage as well. Now, check this. The table gives information. This is introductory paragraph. The first paragraph that you write is to rephrase the same question. You have to rephrase it in a way that it introduces the table, a diagram, a chart. The table gives information about the portion of monthly household income 5 European countries spent on food and drink, housing, clothing, and entertainment. This is what they give you. And look at the paraphrased paragraph, the first introductory paragraph. This is how you paraphrase it. The table illustrates, they say here in the pink, gives information about, you rephrase, you say, the table illustrates, not gives information. There are 3 words, it's one, precise. They say proportion, you write the percentage of household. They say monthly household, you said only household. They say income, you wrote expenditure because this is spending of income, could be, is called expenditure. You changed it. Of 5 nations, here countries written in yellow, you change countries into nations because you are rephrasing in different categories. And here, those food and drink was there, housing there, clothing. So you just said different categories. That means this is your introduction. It could be 2 sentences or 3 sentences maximum. Don't write detailed introduction. So this is how you write every question's introductory paragraph. Now, I want you to rephrase this. If you have a pen and paper or mobile phone or something to write, I give you 2 minutes. Rephrase this introduction. This is the question actually. Now you need to rephrase it. How would you do it? You have 1 minute to think about it. Then I'll show you the answer. I'm not asking you, since I should be asking you, but you are like 200, around 200 people. It's okay if you think and write and then compare with mine, and we'll see the difference. You have 1 minute to do it, please. Make sure you rephrase the words. Okay, I'm gonna show you how it is done. A bit different, but this is how it could be. There could be variations, of course. It all depends on your knowledge and wisdom and the level of vocabulary. But this is one sample that you could write. Shows, you write illustrates. Portions, you write personage. Or pupils, school children. Pupils, students, you write school children or students. Attending, same attending. Or you could write registered or taking classes, but attending is a better word. For different types of secondary schools, same thing. You can't rephrase every single thing, of course. From 2000 to 2009, they said between and you do from. This is a sample you could write. So this is how you write introduction. The best thing is to rephrase the question from academic writing task 1. Rephrase it as an introductory paragraph of your writing task 1. And then comes 2-3 more paragraphs. We'll learn about that. Intro, then overview, then body paragraphs. Introduction is done. Now you will write overview. There's the general understanding of the complete whole lot, all the text or the charts, diagram, pie chart, whatever it is. Overview, what it shows actually. If I ask you to tell me the précis of that, the summary, or the in one sentence or 2 sentences, this is where you tell me the overview, the highest and the least and the middle. So for example, this thing, you would write overview of all of them. I show you. Overview paragraph is after introductory paragraph. This is where you write the general idea of whole diagram, chart, graph. So you say overall, the most striking fact to emerge from the table is that all countries allocate the biggest part of their income to food and drink and housing. Right? See, where is the biggest part? First two. All these countries, the biggest. Food and drink and housing. That's the biggest. And the least is clothing. Yeah. You could add it, followed by entertainment. You could add one more sentence, and the least is clothing, followed by entertainment, respectively. This is how you could write overview. If you want to give everything, you could also add, and the least is clothing, followed by entertainment. You could add it as well in overview paragraph. If you want higher band, you should add everything in overview. And then comes body paragraph 1. So you write details now. In detail, France, Germany, UK spend highest percentage of their household budget on housing at about a third of their total income. It's one sentence. Look, you told the highest percentage in first sentence. Okay, then you come to the food and drink. Food and drink account for the second biggest share at about quarter for these 3 countries. Quarter means 33% or 25%. Clothing then comes the lowest percentage of household income with 7, 11, 15 for France, Germany, and the UK respectively. Here we told the percentage. So one paragraph. Then comes paragraph 2. Contrary to that, on the other hand, in contrast, you could write, however, you could write anything here to link for cohesion purposes, to link your first paragraph to this one. Turkey's span had different spanning portion. At 36%, food, drink represent the biggest share of expenditure in Turkey, followed by housing at 20%. Okay, this is the first sentence about Turkey and Spain. Then remaining percentages were for clothing and entertainment with approximately 10, close to 10. It could be 9, 11, or 8. So you don't have to say them all together, just journal. Similarly, Spain spent most on food and drink with 31%, and housing with 18, while it spent the smallest proportion on clothing with just 8%. Wow, this is done. You told everything about the table. Now you would ask me, where is the conclusion? So the answer is, never write a conclusion to task 1. We never write it because they don't want conclusion. That's your understanding. You don't conclude. You just summarize what they want from you. In conclusion, sometimes you give your opinion, not required. But sometimes some people give, I think they should do this to increase this thing. They're not asking you, they're asking you to summarize the table. If they ask you and give your opinion, if they ask you in the question, then you do. But you don't have to write your conclusion. So these things are required. Introduction, you rephrase, overview, the second paragraph, general overview. You shouldn't state any specific details. You simply write what's happening on the graph overall and specific features now by country or by similar trend, increasing or decreasing. Now we'll see it or look at some words and vocabulary used for writing. Now let's look at these words. Describing trends. There was a gradual rise in the price of oil. This is how you write, gradual rise. There has been a sharp drop. So if it is rise, if it is gradual, like this, it goes up. If it is sharp, it goes up. So it depends how the line or the graph chart goes up or comes down. It all depends. And you would have to describe these things. So these are some words which help you describing trends. Adjectives like gradual, moderate, modest, sharp, dramatic, slight, steep, steady, significant as a change, of course, you can see, considerable. So you can use these adjectives when to you describe how fast it goes up or down. Or you can use nouns, decline. There is a sharp decline, sharp decrease, dip, drop, fall, or peak. Or if it is fluctuation, it depends if it is fluctuation, growth, or increase. So see how these are the words which you need to write in your task one. And then you have another type of words like noun, phrase, verb, and adverb, like price of oil rose gradually if it is the past. If they give you the date like 2001, they give you the dates, you write the past tense. We learn about it, which tense to use. They give you a future trend, so you don't have to write past. You write future or probably might or will, whatever. So depends. If it is past, then past or present. So you have to see the dates. Okay. You can say the price of oil has risen dramatically. It depends. You can use present perfect if it has some impact, effect in the present. You could write present simple. Or the past. If they talk about from 2002 to 2008, only past. From 2002 till now, use present perfect. Still, it's happening. So you have to see the dates to understand the tense from it. And then you have the verbs. You can say it rises sharply, it jumps to 70 from 50, it grows gradually, climbs, increase rockets, or it declines moderately, or it decreases gradually, or it goes down sharply. So it all depends what you want to say. But these are the words you need to use when you describe them. Other adverbs, moderately, sharply, dramatically, slightly, steeply, steadily, significantly. But if you use once, don't use it again. They want to check the wide range of vocabulary. So use once, one word. Because the 150 words, you don't have to repeat them. If you say rise, in the next sentence, you should say increase. And if you say decline, then you should say decrease or go down or fall. So please make sure you don't write the same word twice in that essay or task. This is how you increase your vocabulary. If you're writing significantly, then you write considerably. Don't use significantly again. If you're slightly, then you say steadily or rapidly, modestly. Yeah, the close meaning, moderately, gradually. Make sure you don't use same word twice to increase your lexical resource score. After these, we have increasing and decreasing trends. If you, increasing, you say the price of property fell sharply. This is how you can describe it. The percentage of homes dropped dramatically. Or you can say there was a fall. Now, you use a noun, not a verb. There was a fall in literacy levels, or there has been an increase in the cost of coffee. So these are two ways to describe increasing and decreasing. Either noun phrase plus verb, like there, the price of property fell, direct verb after it, then adverb sharply, dramatically. Or there was a fall, like means you write a noun, in property, in the price of property. So there are two ways to describe something. Once you use the first, second sentence should be the second format. Don't use same sentence structure twice. Try to vary from simple to compound to complex, to compound and complex sentence structures, and to conditionals and to causatives, some passives. So never use same simple structure as grade 5 grader writes. It should be variation in the text because you would have a score for that. The band would increase. And then you have comparison. You sometimes compare two countries. Yeah. Like you compare cars and motorcycles and bicycles. You compare. Then this is how you write. Overall, more people. Now you're comparing. More people preferred this thing. Higher number of people. Higher, more, the least, lower. These adjectives like comparison, comparative adjectives are used for that. Lower number of people use it. Higher number of people. The highest level and the least level. This is how you describe the levels of comparison, because sometimes you need to compare two countries, which is the highest and which is the lowest. Where is the most? Where is the least? You have to check and describe it. And then you also use the least popular, the highest number, the most famous, the one which is on the top or the bottom. So you have to write these expressions. And you summarize. To summarize, the most marked change is overall, it's clear that UK has more motorcycles. For example, overall, the majority prefers taxis. You have to summarize the points because it's a summary that you're writing. In sum, the most noticeable trend is that people prefer taxis in the morning time, in rush hours, and the public transport at the weekends. Because if they say it should be there, don't write from your mind. Check that diagram and summarize it. You don't have to write your opinion. Okay? And then you write sentences. If the time is 1 point in the past, write past simple. Right? For example, January 1990, you write past. Never use future. If it is projections for the future, then you write, for example, 245, we use future tenses, might, will probably, possibly.
تمام يعني ننزل بتحلى من فين؟ طيب تمام اوكي.
If there is no time, we use the present simple or present perfect. If there is no time specific for the future, so use them. After that, we have the percentage expressions that can be used to express percentages. These are some expressions you use for percentages, like 73%. You say nearly 3/4. 1/4 is 25. 73 is nearly 3/4. 51 is just over a half. And 49 is just under a half. Nearly a third. A tiny fraction, very little, 2%, 1%, tiny fraction. Exactly half, roughly 1/4, around half, almost a quarter. So this is the percentage you have to describe. You don't say 24% of people. Better to say almost a quarter of population. Wow. Don't say 24% this, 49% that, 51% this, 49% that. This is how people write. and they lose their score. Why I got 4 bands? Ya doctor, ليش 4? Ya akhi, you wrote all percentages, 41, 49, 32. Don't write them. Use these words. Just under a half, nearly a third, a tiny fraction, around half, roughly 1/4. Don't just exactly write. Sometimes you can say 75%, okay, 39%, fine, but not every time. If they are close to 25, 50, 75, if they are close to them, then better to write these expressions. Okay, and the last thing is 70 is a large proportion. So you don't say 70% of people, you say a large proportion prefer taxis. A significant majority of people prefer public transport. A small minority prefers personal cars, private transportation. A insignificant minority, 2%. You could say, don't say 2% people, say an insignificant minority prefers airplanes. Yani, you don't have to write 3% people. If you write these words, this is where you increase your score because they want to check your lexical resource, the vocabulary you use. So they don't want to check your digits, numbers. They don't want them. They want these words. So make sure you write them. After that comes the last thing of practice. Look at this. Transport preferences among young people from different countries, car, motorcycle, bicycle, right? Now I show you something else. Look, first you do introduction, introduce the graph, ideally 1-2 sentences. As I told you, you rephrase it, and then you write overview. There's body paragraph, you should describe main trends, overview, journal what you understood. And then the last is specific features. There is group the given data by some features, then describe each feature, like which is majority, which one is the least, the most, where is dramatic increase, where is dramatic gradual decrease. Make sure you use these words. If you don't use, you lose your score. Trust me. And then graph. For example, you saw the graph now. I showed you here. And the first one, yeah, this one. Have a look at it for 1 minute. Then I want to show you some sentences which describe this graph. See, the car is on the highest level. Then the bicycle is okay in the middle. The least is motorcycle. Where? In Great Britain, UK. In the France, the similar to the UK. Germany, little bit higher than these two countries. The USA, the USA has the highest number of motorcycle users. And the car users are the highest in France. Check these blue. Where they're similar, in Great Britain, USA, the 60%, they're same. Check this graph. Look at it for 1-2 minutes. You will understand what exactly it shows. Once you understand these 4 countries, the highest, the lowest, the least, the most, and the compare the level the same, and the years, they don't have years here. So let's see how they are described here very quickly. Okay, car was the most popular type of transport in all countries, except for Germany. Let's see the Germany. Let's see the Germany. Okay, we go back to the graph. Where is the car? Yes, it's least. It's 40%. But in other countries, 60 and 70 and above. Only Germany 40. Good. One sentence about it. Look at number 2. In Great Britain and USA, there are big differences between percentages of people who choose some kind of transport. The Great Britain, USA, you have to check again. Big differences. Let's check. USA, yeah, difference in motorcycle. And of course, difference in bicycle. The mode of there are differences, huge differences in these two modes of transport, but the car is equal. It's the same. So they have to describe it too. Let's check again. Okay. In Germany, percentage of people who choose car and bicycle are roughly the same. Car and bicycle are roughly same in Germany. Let's see. Right? Yes. Look at the Germany, car and bicycle, roughly same. A very short portion goes up. There's 3%. A small fraction of bicycle is higher. Okay. And then you can describe that as well. Like in France, percentage of people who choose motorcycle and bicycle are nearly equal. Now check again, France. Okay. Yeah. Nearly equal. See? Bicycle and motorcycle. They're nearly equal. Very small fraction goes up. And then we have motorcycle was the least popular type of transport in all countries except for the USA. See, the least popular, you have to discuss it, and the most. And then overall, car is the most chosen transport. Bicycle is on the second place, and motorcycle is the least chosen transport. This is how you summarize. So these are the body paragraphs. These 5 sentences, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you could write into 2 paragraphs. It's up to you. The most and the least. The most 1 paragraph and the least the 2nd paragraph for cohesion purposes. Okay. After this, now at least you have an idea how they want you to write. At least you understand some of it, since this is the first workshop, a first lecture on it. So at least you have an idea what's expected from you in exam. And this all thing you have to do in 20 minutes, remember. The more you practice sample writing tasks, the higher the chances of better band score. Trust me, the more you practice, the higher the chances. So if you practice from a lot of writing tasks, this would help too much. There are IELTS Buddy, IELTS Liz, Liz IELTS, I don't know, IELTS blog, many IELTS websites which can help you on YouTube. So many things to work, but it's up to you how you approach these tasks. Or you can buy IELTS, Cambridge IELTS books for writing practices, or you can get help from the writing center experts. They're always there to help you. Now, thank you very much. We will have a quiz on what I just told you, 38 questions. It would take only 20 to 30 minutes. Before that quiz, if you have any questions, go on, please ask.
All right, thank you, Dr. Majid, for this wonderful, informative workshop. So I really learned a lot, and I'm sure the attendees as well learned a lot from this workshop. So now let's open the floor for questions, and I think there is a quiz here for
Yeah,
you.
it's 25 minutes quiz, so questions for 5 minutes only.
Yeah.
Because the quiz is more important than the questions, I think, because
Yes.
most questions are answered in that quiz.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now,
So just again 5 more minutes for the questions. Yes, please.
yes, let's take questions for 5 minutes. Then we'll have 20 minutes to do
Yes.
the quiz.
Quiz, yeah. I will. We'll do the quiz now, online. Now. You will do it here. Don't worry, I'll tell you how to do it. Yes. Thank you. But if there are any template, can use it in task 1. I really don't get what you mean by template. I told you the four format, like introduction, overview, then two body paragraphs, no conclusion, total four paragraphs, 150 words to 160 words. This is a summary of what I just learned, taught. A unique and very, thank you very much, Jazakallah khair, Doctor. We could improve vocabulary. There is a book called IELTS Vocabulary, Cambridge IELTS Vocabulary. The book, I have its PDF. I share it with you, or I'll share it to Dr. Basim and he would give it to you. It's just, I'll just write in Google IELTS Vocabulary. You'd find it. It's red in color. It has 25 units. Each unit covers a different aspect of vocabulary. It helps. Number one. Number two, do a lot of reading, sample tests. This would help. Number three, change your words. Write it. The first, write your first task, check it, and rephrase all simple words with academic words. Remove all simple, redundant, or very common words. Bring uncommon words. How to bring, use dictionaries, other resources, and write on a paper, and then memorize them. The next time, don't use those common words. Use uncommon words that you've just learned and use them frequently. What the Japanese research says, if you remember a word or it comes to your life 20 times, then you remember it becomes part of your memory, long-term memory. So most words slip out of our mind, but once you practice them 20 times in your lifetime, they become part of your lang or pagol, what Ferdinand de Saussure called. I don't remember, but it becomes part of your memory for a long time. The competence, Chomsky calls it competence. Yes. Any other question? Can you type the book's names? Yeah, IELTS vocabulary. It says Cambridge IELTS vocabulary. Three words. Can you describe the chart? Is the chart illustrates or it considered not academic? Yes, you can. The chart illustrates. Yeah. If they say chart, try to use a different word. Which type of chart is it? I'll share with you a helpful link. Excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. What's the best site to correct my writing? I don't know. There are some paid websites. I don't know. You need to subscribe to them, or you can come to a writing center, have tutoring session with our experts. They might help you. The process diagram is a good way to give general description on the stages, number of this. The first one, overview. General description is in the first, after introductory paragraph. The second one, you generally overall, you have described then specific details of the diagram in the second and third paragraph. Yes. Two more questions, please. Oh, thank you. What was that? Yeah. Just go on. Ask questions. The process diagram is a good. Yeah, I told it. I answered it, right? I'll share with you. Helpful. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing, brother. Okay. One more message. What's that? Okay. These are links. Brother Yahya, Dr. Yahya, just thank you very much, brother. Jazakallah khair. Any other questions? How can I improve my listening skills, especially in section 4 in IELTS? Oh, it's simple. It depends. It's not listening, but the more you listen, the better it is. Maybe when you're listening, you're looking at the text, like you're looking at the answers where I can find it. But since what they are saying and what you have in the answer sheet, the question paper is different. They have been rephrased. The vocabulary they used in the listening lecture and the vocabulary on that question paper has been rephrased. So you need to understand vocabulary of both in order to attempt it. I know one person who took 9 in listening out of not one, many people. Listening is the easiest, followed by speaking, then reading. The writing is the toughest thing in academic writing. And I say again, and it's not, ours is a big industry. I don't know. If you fail in one module in writing, why should you repeat all 4? Why? Why not only one? Because possibly you make mistakes in listening, and then you have to repeat listening and pay them the fee again, 1,200 reals. This is industry, man. Okay, the questions are over. Is do all IELTS writing question include numbers? Yes, they have the numbers, question numbers, of course. Not writing, not the writing. Is do all, I don't really understand your question. You mean the number of words, they count the number of words. Yes. Is it possible to have mock tested ELI before appearing for IELTS? You should talk to Dr. Basim Alamri. He would help you about it. How do we exactly achieve the number of words they ask for? You have to count the lines and number of lines and then count them, how many lines you have written. You're probably very close, but people count number of words. For example, each line is 9 words, then you have to see like how many, you maximum 16 lines you need to write. We are going to take the quiz now. Okay, thank you very much. I'm sending you, you will look something else now. What about spelling mistakes? That's grammatical range and accuracy. That accuracy is 4.5%. Grammatical range is 4.5 bands. Accuracy, that is punctuation, capitalization, spellings, mechanism. That's 4.5 bands in the fourth rubric part parameter of IELTS writing. Academic, grammatical range, and accuracy. That accuracy covers, it's an umbrella term, it covers spelling, capitalization, punctuation, commas, and everything. Okay, you would see another screen now. In 1 minute, you would see a screen. You would see a screen now. Yeah. Do you see something? A different quizzes. It says quizzes. In message, I write something to everyone. Just click on it and add the number. joinmyquiz.com. Once you click on it, add the number. That's 432093. Yes, that's the quiz. I'm waiting for you. Join it. I'll start in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, we'll start. Can you see the screen? Yeah. 1 person, 2, 3. Hurry up. Yes. By Yunus. Bayan Abbas, Saqib. Okay, excellent. You can write nicknames. You can write different names. Yeah. Yeah, Hafiz, Rawan, Batatis, Brother, 11. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Hurry up. Okay, the top three will have a special session on campus for IELTS writing with me. The top 3 will have on campus special writing session on read task 1, task 2 on campus in academic writing center live with us. The top 3 will have this privilege. Let's see who is first and second and third. Okay, top 5. Okay, you're more. 58, 59, 60. I'll start in 1 minute. Hurry up. Okay, 85. Hurry up. Okay, you are 181. Hurry up. Yes, yes, yes. What you doing? Come on. You're 181 analysts here, participants, and you're 19 here. 90. Okay, if you don't want a live session with us, so we'll give you a chocolate. If you are in top 5, you'll get Cadbury chocolate, Dairy Milk. There are 38 questions regarding IELTS writing task 1. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Hurry up, please. Andre, I'll start just after 1 minute. I'm telling you now. 30 seconds. 30. 20. 10. 5. 4. 3. 2. Yalla, start. English. 2 more minutes, and then I'll close it. Okay, 1 minute left. Let me see if anyone's coming up. Yes, no Shwan, possibly. Uh-huh. Some careful students, mashallah. You're taking time. The faster you click, the higher you get the score. One minute left, and there is a chance of this number 13 and number 15 to come up. So, okay, I give you one last minute to beat these two guys on the top. Fahad has chances. Let's see. Allah Fahad, Surah. Oh, Muhammad Rehan. No. Oh, number 11, Majid. Fahad. Hurry up, please. One last minute. Okay, your time starts now. When it's 28, I'll close it. Number 6. Majid is number 6. Wow. Oh, who's number 4? Oh my God, Mashwan. Mashwan, number 4. Mashwan. Okay. 30 seconds left. We just came up in top 5. Majid is on 6. Possibly can come at 5. Let's see. There is a chance of Fahad. Fahad is at 11. Fahad, hurry. 30 seconds. Majid is the last question. The same, number 6. No benefit. There is a chance of Mr. Fahad coming up. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10. 5. 4. The second was longer. Okay, we're done. Thank you. End of quiz. All right, the top was Reem, mashallah, 73%. And then we have the Bian, same 73, then John, 71, right? Nashwan, 73, then Hafiz, 65. Okay, that was nice. Exit. That's it. Thank you very much. Everything is over. See you on Wednesday, same time for writing task 2. Any questions?
All right, thank you, Dr. Majid. Very interesting, very interactive, and we really enjoyed the workshop and the game. And I think I'm the number one.
Mashallah, mashallah.
I'm just kidding. Okay,
So
so
it was
guys,
you, right? You can be. You
okay,
can be better than
so
that.
I just shared with you 2 links. The first one is the evaluation form. Please complete the evaluation form, and you will get the certificate. Then there is a YouTube channel, our YouTube channel, inshallah. Please subscribe, and inshallah we'll upload this video to our.
Can't hear you. There's no voice, no sound.
Okay.
Okay, no.
Yeah. Okay, thank you all. Please, we'll keep the link open for a couple, for 15 minutes. So then, inshallah, we will send you your certificate within, inshallah, 48 hours with Nillah. And our next workshop on Wednesday at the same time will be techniques for task 2. Task 2, inshallah, is going to be our workshop on Wednesday.
Inshallah.
So again, please complete the evaluation form, and I hope we see you, inshallah, on Wednesday. And please, if you have not received the link for our next workshop, please check your junk mail, because we always send the email like 24 hours before the workshop. So if you haven't received it, please check your junk mail. We have been receiving emails asking us about the link, but please double check your junk email within 24 hours before the workshop. So thank you all. Thank you, Dr. Majid.
Welcome, sir.
Interesting, engaging, interactive workshop, and inshallah, we'll see you, inshallah, on Wednesday.
Inshallah, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Inshallah. I'm going to hit the hay.